were gone when it came around.
Yeah. So just getting some ideas maybe that we can talk about at our live meeting in December if we want to change it up a little bit starting January.
Yeah. I thought you were just ghosting me.
Nah.
You mean because it's October and Monday's Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I'll give a few more minutes before we get started here.
Yeah, I see people still coming in.
Just a reminder, and Melissa will probably remind everybody again, we do not have a November meeting. We consolidated November, December together, and we'll be doing a December live meeting, December 13th, a Wednesday at Starkey Ranch. So I figure I'd use this time to remind people of that since we're way out of schedule here.
And it's a good thing because as of this morning's meeting on our website, it still showed the November meetings.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, and I sent a note to Melissa to see about getting it adjusted.
This may be probably my fault, Mike.
Nah.
I know you're not going to believe that, but it's my fault. So I was even, and I can talk to you about this like Friday or something, but.
Make sure you remember that for the consultant performance review.
I already did. I checked it off a blonde moment.
Then Kat, come on. I went to the website, so this was literally my fault. It is on here, Pasco and Hillsborough the 13th. And the Pasco one is at Starkey Ranch right here. It's on the website. And then the one for DOT is obviously, the one at Hillsborough is at DOT.
Yeah, but when I pulled up the agenda off of the website, that's when it was wrong.
Yeah, the agenda is totally my fault. So I even asked Andrea about maybe putting up a revised agenda, just in case someone even comes back to the website. At least it's correct, updated.
Yeah, I got a phone call after our meeting this morning from Miss Snelling. She's always late, and I didn't know she pinged in trying to get in because she didn't know where it was at.
I don't understand.
I don't either. Ellen.
Maybe I'll just, if you're okay with it, you may just send her a little note like, hey, everything's on the website. You can click on these links.
No, I've told her that. When I even go to her meeting, I go to that TAC meeting with her and I remind her in the TAC meeting where it's at.
Okay.
And when she goes to Orlando over there with me, she belongs to one of the coalitions I belong to, the Impaired Driving Coalition. And she's always late even though she's staying in the motel, she's late.
Well, that's wild.
2 more minutes and we'll get started.
I appreciate it.
Mike, are you going to reschedule the awards that were canceled also for the hurricane?
You know what? That did get rescheduled.
I thought it might have. That's why I asked.
Yeah, good thing you asked. Because Susan asked me a couple of days ago, and I looked it up, and I just told her verbally because she was standing there, but.
I'll email somebody.
I'll look for it.
Okay.
I got plenty of time. They haven't started the meeting yet here.
All right, we got 1 more minute. Hopefully a few more people will jump on.
Yeah. November the 8th at 9 o'clock at our headquarters auditorium.
Okay.
And It's being forwarded as we speak, so.
Thank you, sir. All right, welcome everybody to the Pasco Community Traffic Safety Team October 26th meeting. I'm Tina Russo. I'm the chair of this famous group, and I'll just have Melissa introduce everybody as they go down through the list here, and we'll kind of go. If you can, please, since I see a couple of new names, I'm with Pasco MPO. If you can tell me the agency that you're with, I'd greatly appreciate it too.
Yeah, Melissa, when you call out their names, whoever you should call out, just to go ahead and introduce yourself and your agency.
Thank you.
All right, hey everybody, I'm Melissa Shepard with JMT, and we'll start going down the list here. Okay, we have Brandon Drawhorn.
Hi, I'm Brandon Drawhorn with Department of Transportation District 7 Safety Office.
Thank you. Isabella.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
With HCA Florida Bayonet Point, the Trauma Center, we're Trauma Service Area 9.
You said HC?
HCA.
HCA. Okay, thank you. All right, Janice.
Hi, everyone. Janice Martinez, Law Enforcement Liaison for District 7 DOT.
All right, and then we have Melissa.
Good afternoon. My name is Melissa Pomeroy, and I am also with HCA Florida Bayonet Point. I'm the Trauma Program Director here.
Awesome, thank you. Jonathan Rose.
Jonathan Rose, Zephyros Police Department.
All right, Randy Stovall.
Hey, I'm Randy Stovall. I'm the Pasco BCAC Chairman.
Thank you. Renisa.
Hello, Renissa Martinez with Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital Safe Kids.
Tina already went. Venkat.
Venkat Vadikudi with Pasco County Traffic Operations.
Thank you. And Mike Zinn.
Yeah, Mike Zinn, your FDOT District 7 CTST Program Manager.
Awesome. Is there anyone else on the line that I did not call? Okay. This meeting is being recorded, and if you are not speaking, please mute your mics. Thank you.
So real quick, Isabel and Melissa, is this the first time you've attended the Pasco Community Traffic Safety Team meeting?
Yes, it is. It was actually referred to us through the Tampa TAC because we have concern with the pedestrians and bicyclists being struck in our area that we do see as trauma patients. So we wanted to get involved and see what we could do from our end.
Excellent. And we might be able to just set up a separate meeting, Mike and myself. I'm the active transportation planner for Pasco. We've been doing some work on 19. Maybe we can set up a separate meeting and have a discussion as well.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So first on the agenda is our review and approval of the August meeting, which seems so long ago. But if everybody can look over those minutes, if there's anything that stands out that needs to be corrected, please let us know.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve as read.
Do I have a second? Not, I can make that second. All right, moving on to old business. We're going to go to the problem location map. And again, some of these have been on for a while. We took a few off last month, thankfully, which is good. But Gator Lane, and I know Venkat's on the call, there's been quite a bit of work finally done at Gator Lane and 41. Venkat, anything else new other than us finally getting a little closer to having some new lighting at that intersection?
I believe the Vitalakuchi portion was done, except the Juke one. We issued the work order for Juke. I don't know where they are, but they were supposed to get it
Okay.
up. But it,
Yeah, I'll help.
go.
Yeah, I'll help you out with that, Venkat. I had MS check on it and find out, and Duke, like all the other power companies, are kind of strained right now because of the storm last few weeks ago. The permit was approved, so, but they couldn't give me a date when they could dedicate a crew right now. And I guess we all know that. We've all been through our share of storms and power companies, so. But at least half the intersection's lit.
Yes.
The east side is lit up, so.
Okay, good.
So that is a decent help out there, but it's not complete. And at this time, because of the storm, I can't give any more updates on that.
So I do have one question, and it came from our school transportation folks at our Vision Zero workshop. He was asking about school flashing signs on 41. So I don't know if VenCap or you, can I give him an answer back? VenCap,
Okay. Two
just-
things. For the high schools, they're not obligated for Florida statutes. They don't get flashes for high schools.
Okay. I wanted to get it in minutes, so that's all. I wanted to make sure they got mentioned and wanted it in the minutes more than anything else. So,
And Tina, that came up before, and I
I
basically
know.
told them the same thing, and they said, well, they did it down the street down there at Lutz. And I said, well, that's an elementary school. And I explained to them the difference, a high school and elementary, they're different, different reasons,
Again, I just wanted them in a
Okay.
minute, so that was brought up during this whole conversation. And again, the left turn keeps coming up with 41, and the high school there too. So I don't know where that stands at all either. So, that's a whole different conversation,
Yeah.
I believe, as well.
Yes, it
So.
is.
All right, moving on then. Thank you for answering that for me. Little Road and Rye Street. I think we're kind of in the same boat here, Venkat, as.
Yeah.
Okay. And that goes back to the GPA and getting it finalized.
Yeah, we already finished from our portion, we finished it. With the Lakuchi, they have that information. We don't have the date for installation. That's all it is.
Okay. Good. At least we're a little closer on that one. 54 on Collier Parkway. Again, this was a little bit of a law enforcement issue than anything else. Again, I'm going to just kind of table this because we're having huge conversations about Collier Parkway 54 with the county as we speak now. And that came up at our Vision Zero workshop with Jensen. So this would be, let's kind of table this unless anybody has something else. We're looking at working with the county on this whole intersection to the south and maybe a little bit to the north at Collier and 54 as well.
Okay.
Anything else on that, VenCap? I've just been working with project management on seeing what we can do at this whole area to lessen the traffic on 54 too, the congestion.
Okay, I don't have anything to share at this point.
All right, good. Bellamy Brothers, we've had
The lack
several
of lighting
projects.
was discussed. The comment said the lack of lighting was discussed, but we already there are 3 locations. Vitalakuchi already installed the street lights, and all the curves were lit.
Okay.
From the lighting point of view, yes, it is done. Regarding if you look at the crash data, every single accident that is happening is over the speed limit. So how do you fix?
You don't. I mean, unless
It
you want to put
boils
speed.
down to the same.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean,
You can't
it
fix
boils.
that.
Yeah, but it boils to the same thing. You can't fix the stupids.
No, in law enforcement, they can't dedicate somebody to sit out there 24/7.
Yeah.
But
You
not
know,
only
and-
that, the law enforcement said, because I agree they're concerned, because for them to pull over, there's no safety roof, safe
place.
area for them to pull over. We can understand that one. However, from the county side, we're working on to see, we have a business plan initiated, which is initiated this year, where we're trying to add the safety edges for most of these roadways where we don't have shoulders right now. At least for them, even if they run off, at least they have some recovery areas.
yep, that's true.
But what happens is, if we provide that safe recovery area, you know what's going to happen. The people won't slow down.
No, they
Yeah.
go faster. It,
I mean,
you know, until
Right.
it gets to a point where you can only put curb and gutter out there, and that'll never happen in my lifetime.
no.
But you know, and I'm talking about the F curb. You're not gonna solve a lot of that run off the roads out there. That the only other thing we can do, VinCat, outside of the signs that I've already got ordered for you, is maybe some special pavement markings saying curb ahead. You know, so that it lights up in the dark.
Yes, so those are the definitely, I mean, so right now, as of this when it happened? Tuesday, actually, yesterday, that is the first day. Yes, as of from tomorrow, yesterday onwards, all the new signs in the county will be installed by traffic operations itself. So I don't need to depend on Public Works or anybody. So any new
Okay.
signs we can take care of immediately. And not only that, we'll coordinate with you, Mike. So if we have anything, we can easily install and then get them going down fast.
VinCat, on this one here, though, would you consider putting down those big 10-foot letters that says curb ahead?
You give me those, we'll get them right away.
All right. Because I think I can get the justification for them to get them ordered.
That would help
You-
anything on the roadway that kind of,
Yeah, because they light up
Yeah.
themselves at night, you know, because the
Right.
headlights, you know, they're reflective. They're, you know, they're made out of thermo. So,
right.
Yeah.
So, Mike, in the Hillsborough meeting this morning, there was a mention of the signpost that lights up the post as well. The
oh, the
reflective,
bright, yeah, they're bright
the-
sticks.
the bright sticks. So I don't know if that's something we can start incorporating too. I know we have them in some locations, but
Yeah.
something that we can maybe add as well.
Yeah, our contract that we had with those was expired because we didn't buy it because we bought so many to give out to begin and they last forever. So Bill here in our office is currently working, trying to get a new contract. So it's got to go out for bids, you know, so it's going to take a little while for me to get that bright sticks back online again.
So
But we are
VinCat,
working on getting bright sticks.
VinCat, would that be something that you would be interested in if we can get them for you?
The bright sticks,
Yeah.
that goes on the existing signs. If not, yeah, just go ahead and let me know.
Okay.
Definitely, we can see if we can take care of ourselves, or we will make sure the sign shop gets the material so they can get installed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just all you got to do is let me know, VinCat. Are they on Franklin steel or are they on round post?
Most of them are Franklin steel, not the round post, but I will double check and I'll send you an email.
Okay, great. That brings you to number 5, Tina.
Thank you, sir. Ridge and Leo, Kidd Avenue. Left turn crashes. They would conduct RSA. So is this must be Ridge Road and Leo Kidd Avenue. Oh, this is the one a little bit further. In fact, I just had a commissioner ask me about this. Do we have anything on this one? I'm gonna have to look this one back up because I think I just had Commissioner Fitzpatrick ask me about it too.
Which one?
Leo Kidd Avenue.
Leo
Ridge
Kidd
Road.
and Ridge. Leo Kidd and Ridge. No.
August 22. I'll look it up. I'll see what I can find out about it, VinCat, and we'll get back on it.
Okay.
So number 6, US 19 and Bay Boulevard. Left turn crashes, has lining isn't unlit. So, both of these were new one. I don't remember this one, Mike. Do you remember this one? We did a little bit of work on seeing any kind of lighting problems on 19, and we couldn't find any except for the ones that haven't been done north yet, right?
This got added at the last meeting we had, so there's not been any conversation on this. It's the same thing with the other one that you just had. It got added at the last meeting.
Okay.
So, and personally, I haven't gone over there to look at it. So, and was this at US 19 or alternate in US 19?
Says US 19, so.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't see it on the minutes, so.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that location. I know we have a lot of LEDs we've already done up and down 19.
Right.
Basically, if it's north of Hudson, that section hasn't been converted to LEDs yet, but everything south of Hudson from the Pinellas County lines already got LED lighting.
So that's Ridge.
Yes.
So that's just south of Ridge, Bay Boulevard.
It should be well lit there.
Yeah.
I mean, even from all these side businesses and everything, you got the big car lot down there.
Not much in the description either, so. Ridge Island.
No, Venkat
Left
and
turn crashes.
Jeffrey brought it up.
So it must be the left turn going in to Bay Boulevard. It's that weird turn for one thing. Wow. See, it's kind of a weird left turn.
Yeah, because
northbound.
it's at a skew.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, and I can't promise this, but Venkat, if I added some guide skips, do you think across 19 through there from that pork chop down to the separator, you think that might help?
It may, but I don't think they'll add the pork chops in the middle unless it is signalized.
Well, it looks like you got a concrete separator there, a pork chop separator.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, if you want to add, I mean, it's definitely.
I'm just asking. I mean, it's not something we do usually, but being at a skew, and if it's halfway dark, they may not see all the way across that intersection where you have to go in at.
Let me make a field visit and see if there is anything we can post it on that pork chop on the west side to see if we need to do something so that the people are aware of it when they're making the turn.
And probably what's happening, Venkat, since this is just south of Ridge, they're probably using this as a cut through, right? You think?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Well,
I'll look at it.
They're turning to get into there's a Dunkin' Donuts that got built there about 1.5 years ago, and the Hardee's. So you've got 2 generators where people are trying to turn to get into either one of those. And both those are relatively new.
We'll look at it. Venkat, look at it. I'll look at it. I'll look at some of the crash reports too and see if anything kind of stands out as well.
I don't know.
All right.
All right. Put a note on there, Melissa, that Venkat's going to do a field review right now.
And I'll look at it too. So, and this is kind of old business, so I'll go ahead and bring it up here. We, Lieutenant Rux, a few months ago, actually, requested that we look at the left turn, flashing left turn at 52 and Hicks. And DOT has, I believe, changed that for us. So we're going to go take a look at it and see if we can do some data collection and see, make sure what it is. And then what we'll do is look at crash data with it being changed and see if we notice a difference at crashes at 52 and Hicks. It's that left turn onto Hicks, basically eastbound going northbound as the biggest issue. So we're gonna, evidently that flashing left signal has been changed by FDOT. And we'll look at crash data and see if it makes any difference.
It's not FDOT.
It's you, Venkat. Did you do that with their request?
No, not at their request. We did it ourselves.
Okay, thank you. So Venkat did that for us, and we'll look at crash data.
Because we
And-
have the sheriff's department, and actually, not the highway, FHP investigative officers were in contact, so based on the
Great.
information, we pulled the data, so we implemented, I think, last month or so.
If you can just give me the date, then I can start comparing crash data before and after, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's great, because we've had a lot of conversation, and maybe this might not be the only place we do this if it does what we hope it does. So thank you for doing that. Any other information on the safety edge tool at all, Mike?
No, I
Okay,
know Bill's got one or two on order, but you guys haven't committed you wanted to get one.
okay.
I've got two of them on order for Hernando County. I'm looking at it right now. I don't see any
Okay.
others on order.
Okay. Well, I might just have to do a trip up to Hernando County and do some pictures and embarrass some
yeah.
folks here.
They were gonna, yeah, and Mr. Crosby, that's guy's up in Hernando County. He was gonna let me know when they go out and put them down. It was on their next two projects on the tip plan, which is Groom Road and Cobb Road. That's their next two repaves they were gonna do.
If you don't mind, if you can just let me know, I'd like to get up and just get some pictures.
Yeah, you're not the only one who wants to see it too. I mean, Citrus County wants to see them as well.
Good.
So we'll make it a field trip one day.
That's great. So new business, let me make sure I'm following the right agenda here. New business education. We got some folks on here.
Tina?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I could give some updates as far as Safe Kids with Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. So we did a little bit of education during the open house that was held in, I think it was, oh my goodness, Land O'Lakes, am I not mistaken? The new open house that was recently opened. We distributed quite a bit of helmets. There was a wonderful amount of Rasmussen nurses as well who were distributing information like safety information, Halloween visibility information, and things like that. So that was great, and we were able to distribute about 70 helmets. Also, we will be doing Battle of the Belts this year again. We will be reaching out to Troy Ferguson, who is the head SRO there, who just facilitates everything that we have going on pretty much each year. And we will be distributing those November. So hopefully our SROs will be getting that in December, and they can kind of prepare. We are moving the dates earlier. It seemed last year that it interfered a bit with Prom Promise. So this year we're trying to do it at the end of January, early February, and see if those dates work when we pose those. So once we have that additional information, we will update you all.
Renice, will you mind adding me to that email list with Lieutenant Ferguson on that? I just like to be part of that. Thank you.
Of course, yeah, that'd be helpful to have your insights as well too. You know, you guys are really much more plugged into the area because you're local, so your insight is very much welcome and appreciated. Thank you.
And we're hoping to do some training with school board on helmet fit. Hopefully that can happen as well.
Yes, keep me updated on that. I definitely let Petra know, my supervisor, so she is kind of prepared to assist me with that. So yes, just let us know, and we can look into how we can make that happen.
Thank you. Anybody else on education? All my education people other than Renice are doing your work, right? Mike,
So
Julie, and all them.
Yeah. Education wise, so last week we actually did a virtual car fit presentation. Weren't you on that also?
right?
Yes, yeah, I did see that. So last Friday we did that, which I learned so much. I thought that was very interesting. So I know Mike is trying to get a group of people together in our District 7 area that is willing to take the training and participate in some car fit events.
And we picked up 2 today from Hillsborough County. So,
We did.
so they're working on it. The next actual physical training, it's a 2-day training, just so you know, so you're aware of it. They do have one scheduled in St. Cloud over near Kissimmee somewhere, and that's still a couple months out. So just to give you a
Yeah.
heads up, I don't know how fast this will happen. But
Yeah, Mike, I feel like if we got enough people to put it together, they would send a trainer to us for a train the trainer.
she was excited. I've got this many people already. So
Mhm.
I says, well, I haven't talked to my other groups yet, so we'll see if we can get some more numbers on this.
Yeah, they're consistently up in the Villages area. So I mean, I think if we just give it to her a class and we fill it for her, I'm sure they'll come down and teach it for us.
How many
She's
people
already
you need, Mike?
She was hoping to see 25. So,
Okay.
I'm not that far away. So
Get my health department people in the.
yeah. And Renessa, I don't know any of your people, from your end, John Hopkins would be interested in this. It's and I don't know if I've already explained it to you, but it's a car fit for seniors. And we help the seniors learn how to adjust to their cars. We have such a large population of retirees here in Florida, as well as the transits, the snowbirds, we call them, that come in and out of Florida all year. And then we have a lot of tourists that come in here that don't understand these cars. So, and Janice will tell you she learned a lot. And her being law enforcement, I was surprised she says that because she's the one that has to check these people and make sure they're doing it legally. But it gives you the information and it teaches them how far away to be from their steering wheels to make sure that their airbags work properly without killing them, how to see over their steering wheel properly, how to adjust their mirrors to avoid the blind spots, how to adjust their seats, how to adjust all the adjustments that are in cars today. And of course, the cars are getting more and more fancy. I mean, I got stuff in my own car I don't even know what it does yet. So it's that kind of a program in this, and I don't know if you and any of your people that through Safe Kids, I mean, they have grandparents and stuff like that might be interested, wanting to become technicians.
Yeah, perhaps there might be something we may be able to send out to our other agencies. I don't think Johns Hopkins necessarily would be, just
Right.
because our primarily is, newborns up until about 18. But, maybe some of the other agencies that we interact with would, love something like this, or just be able to offer it, locally. So
Right.
I can, if you've got information about it or a flyer, I'd love to send
Sure.
it out.
Yeah, what I've got, and a matter of fact, you mentioned that I already got Drag and Lisa from Pasco Fire interested and wanted to become technicians. So um, it's just a nice program, and I think it's a program that would do well here in the Bay Area.
So send that to me again, Mike. I just thought of somebody else through the county.
I'm looking
Kathy
for
Pearson. Kathy Pearson does all our aging services, and she does a great job. So I might just send it to her to see who might be interested.
Correct. I will definitely get it out to you guys.
Enforcement, and we have someone from Zephyr Hills here, which we had a little bit of conversation already with, which was great. Anything from law enforcement, please?
We have Officer Rose on here today. He's new to us.
Yes, thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for having me.
And it was nice seeing you at the car fit the other day.
Yes.
Yay.
No, I like what I'm seeing and hearing. Is I think all around, not only does the public need to be educated, but our officers. Being a 20+ year veteran, I've noticed that more and more officers they're understanding less the laws that are out there that they're being tasked to enforce.
We'll be glad to go out, and maybe I can even get some help. We'll go out and I can kind of go over some of the bike ped stuff as active transportation and a leak certified instructor. I can do some of those things with you guys, or any questions from the MPO standpoint when it comes to the engineering part of it as well. So we're here to help. And that kind of brings me to engineering. Not too much. We're working on several Penny for Pasco projects and DOT projects in Pasco. 2 overpasses, one being in design at Suncoast, and 54 being probably one of the biggest ones right now. But anything else, VinCap, that you want to add to the engineering component?
We're good.
Good. Well, let's jump to the crash statistics if you want to, Melissa. Our maps, and this might kind of dictate where we go next. So, and since we can see on that east side of the county, those 3 pedestrians along that 301 corridor. You got to make it bigger, Melissa, for all of us to see it.
Real quick, like everybody today, Tina.
Yes.
Tina, real quick, like in your agenda package today, you should have gotten 2 maps.
That's right. I heard that.
This map here that she's got displayed was last month's.
August and September, right?
Yeah, and October. This one went up to October 12th. She's put both of them in here so you could get an idea from one month to the other what our totals are running. So when you look at the 2 maps, you can see a difference, from 64 total crashes was September 12th. And on this month, we are at 70. So we jumped up 6 more fatalities this month.
We're getting too close to where we don't want to be.
I don't want to be on any of them. I want to see zeros.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, that's what you got. So if you're looking now at the current map, you can go through it and see everything we got going there.
We're at double of motorcycle compared to the national average when it comes to vulnerable user, and pedestrian, kind of that same unfortunate.
So on this map, the honorable users are the top 3, right? Moped, pedestrian, and bicycle.
Yes, sir. Top 4, really.
Okay.
Thank you. Again, we're looking at them. And as Mike knows, Johnny and I look at these pretty much in very detailed fashion to figure out what we can do. And as we move forward with our countermeasures and our performance measures, the beginning of next year, we're really trying to figure out how we're going to go about changing these numbers, which is not only vulnerable user, it's lane departures, intersections, and that left turn that we're going to see what we can do with everybody's help. Anything else? Maybe Isabel and Melissa from Bayonet Point. Any thoughts on those maps at all? You don't. Those are our fatalities. We don't usually have a whole lot of time, unfortunately, to get into our serious injury folks. Unfortunately, also.
We do keep a registry of all of our patients, and we have mapped out pedestrian struck. If there's any data that we could provide to you that would help, we'd be happy to do that.
We would love to get with you on the part that we don't get long forms from.
Yeah, there is particular information that we lack on trying to figure out things. And I understand the HEPA laws and all that stuff there, but if we could even just get a snippet of an idea, even if they were toxology reports, if they were impaired or not, those are the kind of things that we try to, at least DOT, try to figure out. If they were impaired, there's not a whole lot of things that we can do to correct that out there on the road engineering wise. So whatever you can share, Melissa, that would be great.
We'll set up a meeting and we can just have a great conversation on how we can help each other out.
Great.
I think that would be great.
Safe routes to school update. Working with the county and VinCap on that sidewalk list, and the county's actually ranking projects. Last I heard is 41 plus. So we're kind of going from there and ranking them and seeing how best to fund some of them, whether it be DOT, county, but we're kind of in that process right now. And that includes some of our safe routes to school projects as well.
Come on, guys. I'm in a meeting. There, I got rid of it.
So on to open forum and announcements. Getting into the holidays, pluses and minuses, pros and cons.
Janice, you want to go first?
We got Halloween weekend coming up, so it's buzz driving is drunk driving is the message on that for the social norms. We don't collect any data on that, but there's all kinds of resources on trafficsafetymarketing.gov that we can pull off of there. And then after that, going into the holiday season for DUI for Christmas through into the New Year's. So busy time for our officers. Hopefully our numbers.
And Tina, I don't know if you guys are doing anything for Mobility Week.
Oh, I forgot about Mobility Week, Mike. I'm sorry. Let me put that in the chat.
Well, I figured you would. So I gave you the go. You had more than I do this time because everything else I usually have is on the back of our newsletter.
So, it was funny, Mike, and I meant to mention this morning, but, when I think of Mobility Week, I think Safe Mobility for Life, which Mobility Week was not that. It was, and it snuck up on me. I'm going to put it in the chat here. But basically it was, encouraging all kinds of different mobilities. So whether you have trolleys in your area, motor scooters, stand up little bicycles or whatever you needed to, encouraging people to get out there and try different kinds of modes of transportation. So DOT, I put it in the chat, did this really cute virtual lobby that you can go in and see all the different kinds of things that DOT has available.
And one of the other mobilities you have here, actually here in Pasco County, you guys do have a golf cart community. So
yes,
it would even include that. I mean, over in Hillsborough, of course, we got the Valencia Gardens and that other one next door to it, Sun City.
Yeah, it snuck up on me. Next year, Mike, I think we need to get together and get, different mobilities from each of our counties and just blow it out with some kind of PSA, how District 7 does it great.
Yes, I agree.
That's actually at first I heard of it when we did the training.
It literally snuck up on me, and for whatever reason, my brain just wanted to associate it with the aging road users and the Safe Mobility for Life, but it just is not what it is. So, so it was really cute. I did like the virtual lobby that they did, and lots of great resources in there.
I did post it on several of our teams chats, since it, had great information for everybody. So November 2nd, a week from today, is our Tri-County BPAC. Pasco's hosting it at Starkey Ranch, and that would be Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Pasco. One of the topics that was brought up at the last Tri-County that we're going to kind of look at is we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive into the bicycle pedestrian fatalities for each county. So that's what they asked for. So we did a little bit of data research, and I'm going to present that at the meeting next Wednesday. Any other announcements? So again, our next meeting will be in December. November, we get to take a little bit of a break, but December 13th, we will be having a live meeting at Starkey Ranch Theater, 1:30. So have some good discussion, maybe how we're going to start off the next year, January, maybe do a little bit of changes to the meeting. So it might be give us that opportunity to do that. But let's get us, we seem to be a little bit more effective sometimes when we meet in person. So let's get as many people as we can there. I know it's December, but get as many people as we can to the meeting so we can have some great discussions and see how we want to start January off and move forward with getting our numbers down.
Just yeah, and just one other thing is, if you guys still had it on your calendars for the November and the regular December meeting, you would have found they were around too close to the holidays. So we combined December and November and kind of moved it up a little bit to try to stay away from the holidays. So if you're confused why that particular meeting got adjusted to those dates.
If there's anything else, and then in the chat, we did have
I just
a
posted
couple
some of the,
different.
yeah, I
Good.
just posted the CarFit info in there. I'm sure once Mike gets the class, facilitated in our local area, he'll push it out. But if anybody's interested just to see what it's all about, you can actually pull up the checklist and it'll show you what it all goes over in that little in the chat box.
Yeah, I sent the fact sheet just now to Renissa and to Tina just now, so they got a copy of the fact sheet.
And Melissa and Isabel, make sure we get your email addresses if you don't mind, so we can kind of, Mike and I set up something and kind of have a discussion on how we can help each other out and get some data on those serious injuries and what you guys are dealing with.
Okay, should I just send that to Mike then directly?
That's fine, or Melissa.
Okay.
Might be safer.
Yeah, whichever email address you've got handy, that's the one you get in. The rest of us will get it.
Okay, perfect.
Either me or Melissa or Tina, whichever one goes, and the rest of us will share the information.
And I stuck my email address in there. Hopefully I typed it right.
You're too fast.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again, December live meeting. Be safe out there, especially Halloween next week and Thanksgiving. And appreciate your time. And we'll see you in December.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Hey, Mike, can you hold on for 1 second? Nope, he's already gone. All right. Thank y'all.